criminal.
Do you find that sometimes the public prosecutors, and I've been in situations where I've kind of seen it happen in courtrooms where almost everyone takes the plea deal that's given to them, by the, public defender and the judge. And is it what's best for the client always, or, is it because the fight is sometimes going to be too much to take on in general? I know your duties to the client and not to society, but the client probably still ends up with something on their record, or ends up in the system. I remember being in a courtroom and just seeing everybody taking deals, and everyone that I spoke to before that had said that they had either not done it or explained to me the situation of how they got there. And they all took probably the worst possible plea deals. And I remember, I had pled not guilty and I had fought it, but it took a lot, and it took many years and money. And it was, for something that was a felony for a gram of marijuana in Arizona, so when you see it happen in real life, it's just, you wonder if it's the system itself is just broken even within the courts.
Well, yes. The predominant way that plays out is with the way bail and bond works. I would see and I was lucky to be able to start my career as a public defender in the state of Colorado. It's the best public defender system in the country. Dedicated, smart, passionate, hardworking, and tireless advocates. No matter how much work those public defenders had, as far as my experience is that they were always ready, willing, and able to bring that fight. But to what you're talking about, the system harms the folks caught up in it. There's no question. And one of the ways that surfaces is in coerced plea deals. That coercion, by the way, all of us would understand coercion, but the justice system has its own very specific definition of coercion, which then, so it's only coercion if there's practically a gun to your head. Where I have seen what you just described, Mr. Shah, play out is in situations where someone is arrested, say on Friday, they've been in jail all weekend, they need to get to work. And this is actually an easy example. They need to get to work, and I'm saying, well, your bail is $10,000. You need $1,000, a little more than $1,000 to get out. And if you don't, you're going to have to sit here until your trial. Or the prosecutor is offering you plead guilty today, get on probation, and guess what, Mr. Defendant, you go home today. A lot of and to whom is that not coercion? That's total coercion.
Basically,
I don't want to plead guilty. I'm innocent, but I can't bail out and I got to get back to work. So folks do plead guilty. That is coercion. And so you got to reform bail. I mean, you cannot reform a justice system without eradicating money bail.